They erased names, rewrote history, divided families, poisoned communities, and sold lies as freedom, Black America. How many generations must disappear before we finally wake up?
They told us entertainment was enough. They told us surviving was winning.
Meanwhile, schools decline.
Community suffered, and another generation grew up disconnected from history.
Black
America,
wake up before they bury another generation.
teach the children truth before the system shapes them.
Learn the history they tried to erase from education. Build unity,
Build ownership,
build ownership.
build stronger foundations.
Black America,
Wake up,
before they bury.
another generation.
They took Africans from kingdoms and villages, packed them inside slave ships, chained them for months across the Atlantic Ocean. Millions died before even reaching American soil. Families were separated forever. Children were sold away from mothers. Men were beaten for reading books. Women were assaulted without justice. Slave owners built wealth from free labor, while black bodies were treated like property under American law. After slavery ended in 1865, freedom still did not arrive. Equally, Black Americans faced black codes, lynching, segregation, and Jim Crow laws. Schools were separated, neighborhoods were separated, hospitals were separated, voting rights were blocked through intimidation, literacy tests and violence. Entire black towns were burned to the ground, like Tulsa in 1921, where successful black businesses were destroyed by racist mobs. The government created redlining policies that denied black families home loans and wealth building opportunities. Highways were built through black neighborhoods. Factories left cities, and unemployment rose. Drugs flooded communities during the crack epidemic, while prisons expanded across America. Sentences for crack cocaine were far harsher than powder cocaine, even though both were forms of the same drug. Millions of black men disappeared into prisons, while families struggled without fathers and sons.
They told us entertainment was enough. They told us surviving was winning.
Meanwhile, schools decline.
Community suffered, and another generation grew up disconnected from history. Black America,
Wake up before they bury another generation.
teach the children truth before the system shapes them.
Learn the history they tried to erase from education. Build unity,
Build ownership,
build ownership.
build stronger foundations.
Black America,
Wake up before they bury another generation.
the civil rights movement brought change through sacrifice. People marched, protested, and died, demanding equal treatment under the law. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and many others spoke about education, economics, and self-respect. Yet decades later, many black communities still face underfunded schools, police violence, poverty, health disparities, and limited access to opportunity. Social media spreads distractions faster than knowledge. Music corporations profit from promoting violence, division, and destruction, while ownership stays in the hands of executives far away from the neighborhoods affected by the messages. Black consumers spend billions every year, yet much of that money leaves the community instead of circulating to create businesses, jobs, and property ownership. History is often shortened inside classrooms. Many students learn little about African civilizations, invented scientists, or economic achievements. Some grow up believing slavery is the beginning of black history, instead of understanding the depth of African cultures before colonization. Without knowledge of history, many young people lose identity, direction, and confidence.
Communities cannot survive without fathers present, mothers supported, children educated, and neighbors united. Political promises alone
will will not save future generations. Real change requires discipline,
Financial literacy,
education,
land.
ownership, voting awareness, and community organization.
Wake up now,
Study the past now,
protect the youth now,
build the future now.
before another generation.
Disappears into prisons.
Poverty, violence, and hopelessness.
Every generation receives a warning.
Yeah,
Every generation faces a choice.
yeah.
Remain divided and distracted, or rebuild families, knowledge.
And economic strength together.
Black America.
The future depends on what happens now.
History already showed the consequences of silence.
Division and ignorance.
The next generation is watching and waiting for leadership.
My bad, guys. I don't know how the hell I got muted. Good looking out there, guys. Yeah, I got muted up there. So let me run it back then for people on YouTube and Twitch and all that. Welcome to the stream. My name is US Army Overlord. Yeah, my bad, guys. I had the damn mute on. So you guys good? All right. Welcome to the Deeper War Room. I'm Rig, US Army Overlord, aka Union Gang. Tonight we're going to be talking about the tragedy and the shit show surrounding an aircraft carrier. Look, one thing about our military that makes us unique is that people volunteer for this shit. You know, they volunteer, they willingly give up their lives. That's what you're doing. You're giving up your way of life. The military is fucking, it's not for everyone. And especially being on a crowded ass ship, it's just, it's nuts, man. Even in the best conditions, I could not do it. I've been on an aircraft carrier. Matter of fact, they had an aircraft carrier. I was down there in dry dock in Norfolk. And you would think that a ship that big, you know, they call them floating cities, you would have all kind of space. Fuck no. The space is for the aircraft and the weapons. The human beings, the ports are so small, I have to bend down. If I try to walk, I smack my head on the bulkheads. You have to bend down to go through these little damn, you know, little portholes you can go through. Even in the senior non-commissioned officer lounge, it's probably the size of my little area right here. You got like 5 guys in the space of this wall right here, 5 different racks that you sharing with other people. You packed in on top of each other. You don't even have your own damn. This is under the best conditions. And for these people just to let this shit go to hell and let these people, you know, it's a fucking grave decision if these people are choosing to go overboard. And some people on TikTok are like, what do they mean go overboard? That means they're choosing to give their souls to the sea. How bad you think shit got to be on the ship if you choose to give up your soul to the sea? Because we seen this shit in the Middle Passage. Slaves chose to give their souls to the sea instead of facing down bondage and slavery. How fucking bad do you think it has to be on this ship? We warned about this. I talked about this months ago, the supply shortages, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. He should have never been back in office. Pete should be reined in, man. So it's a damn shame, man. It's a shame. I want to talk to veterans first. I want to talk to family members and everybody else who got somebody out there. I want to talk to you tonight. Get in, let me know. If you can get on TikTok, fine. If not, I'll drop a call-in number. Let's talk about what the fuck is going on. Before we get into the main event, I want to talk about allies that are really doing this shit right. As you know, I've been really hot about this whole shit that's happening in Mississippi, this lynching. Really thinking about making some more crash out videos. Then I saw an accomplice doing it right. And I have to say that I am political girl, much love for her. She has always been on the right side of history. She talked about this shit so eloquently. I love the fact that she is saying, because she said more in her video than all of these damn news organizations, CNN, none of them motherfuckers want to say the word lynch. It's like lynching has been removed, or the corporate donor said you can't say the word lynch. So they will say everything else, but they will not tell you that black people are being lynched in Mississippi. So I'm going to let you guys hear that, and then I'm going to let you guys hear some response from local black people in Mississippi that are rising up. Let's get into it.
Stop. Black Americans are being hunted and murdered in Mississippi. I'm going to say that again because it's horrifying, and the mainstream media is too busy allowing the Trump administration to dominate the news cycle, lying about the economy, downplaying the war, ignoring the health outbreaks and the upcoming healthcare cuts to take even a moment to talk about the black people being targeted for death in the state of Mississippi. And before you say I'm being hyperbolic about this, if we had this many unexplainable deaths of white children happening in one state, you know the media would be losing their collective minds. One beautiful white girl was killed by an undocumented immigrant, and the Republican Party ran their entire election and then wrote an aggressive immigration bill in her name. But we are watching black person after black person after black person lose their lives under unexplained circumstances, many of them being found strung up in trees, and no foul play is being called by the police or the medical examiner or any investigative reporters. I need you to stay with me on this because I understand this is very uncomfortable, but it is essential that we understand what is really happening, especially if you look like me or you live in the South or you have a family member or you yourself are in law enforcement. When someone black ends up hung for no discernible reason in questionable circumstances with no indication the victim was suicidal, that's what's called lynching. But when this happens in a state that refused to pass a standalone anti-lynching bill in 2026, the state that didn't ratify the 13th Amendment formally abolishing slavery until 1995, 130 years after it was passed by Congress, and didn't even make it official until 2013 because of a clerical error, when this kind of thing happens in the state that recorded more lynchings than any U.S. state between 1882 and 1968, with at least 581 documented racial terror killings, the only state that banned Sesame Street because they didn't like white and black children being shown playing together, then you start to see a pattern and a major problem. The adults in charge of Mississippi seem determined to keep their generations of hate and division going strong, and people are dying because of it. We have endless media discussion and laws and attention paid to the 14 trans people who might want to play college sports in America. We have multiple made-up think pieces about the unacceptable rise of non-existent communism. But 10 black people found hanging from trees in one state isn't a cause for concern? Why? We know why. And to be clear, it looks like at least 13 black people have been found hanging from trees in this country since September 2024, most of them declared self-inflicted by authorities. But the black community has been determined to point out that black people do not hang themselves from trees, that historically, that is something that has been done to them. And we know that because one of the most recent deaths was Tysa Fortune, who was found hanging so high in a tree that the authorities needed a fire truck to get her down. It's pretty obvious that girl didn't do that to herself. But who did? Who would be able to do such a thing? And why did no one see anything? Because that's odd, right? Especially when we can track pretty much anyone anywhere now with those horrible flock cameras. But in this case, nothing. And when these deaths are ruled a suicide or alternatively not foul play, no one ends up looking for the commonality between the deaths. Evidence isn't collected or compared. A pattern isn't established. If these hangings had been ruled murders or even cause of death unknown, then maybe there would be some progress in justice. But here, no, nothing. Remember, this is the same state, and in many cases, the same medical examiner who seemed incredibly cagey on the recent death of Nolan Xavier Wells, the brilliant, beautiful black teenager who went missing and then was found dead after going out with his white friends on the 4th of July. The same white friends who came home without him, the same ones who can't get their story straight, and the same ones who one of their moms is a local judge. In fact, I think the country's preoccupation with the death of Nolan Wells is surprising to the powers that be in Mississippi, because black people have been ending up dead in their state since forever, and things just move along, but not this one. Because the world is watching this one now, and there's a lot more questions than there are answers. Mississippi needs to be on every American's radar because black people are being murdered there. Because there is no federal oversight on local law enforcement, because so far we don't even have media coverage or congressional action. As Reverend Whitfield of Gulfport, Mississippi, a very close friend of the Wells family, recently said, justice cannot thrive in the shadows. When an 18-year-old's life is lost under troubling circumstances, transparency is not a privilege to be granted. It is a public obligation. We owe Nolan Wells and his family and every citizen nothing less than a complete, impartial, and transparent investigation. Truth is the foundation on which justice stands. Every single person who ends up dead, no matter their creed, their color, their religion, whatever, deserves this kind of attention. It's just that black people in Mississippi rarely get it, and none of us should be okay with that. There are people right now living among us who are lynching black people. And if you know someone who is doing this, think someone might be doing this, have any information on what might be going on, then you need to speak up. And I understand that's hard in a state like Mississippi when it's often assumed that law enforcement and the justice system are complicit, but then go to the FBI. And I know the FBI is a shell of what it once was, but we cannot continue to do nothing. I would also like to remind you that in recent statewide elections, Democrats came within 3 percentage points of winning in Mississippi. Like many southern states, Mississippi is not red, it is blue suppressed, which means Mississippi is not irredeemable, but it needs our attention because this is what systemic racism looks like in practice. This is what happens when racism is built into a system brick by brick. And this is what must finally come to an end. The time has come to stop turning a blind eye. The time has come for justice.
All right, I am politics girl. She's been on CNN. She's been doing it, so she knows, right? And thank God that she's out here speaking the truth about what's happening. I think that it's incumbent really on black people. You have to understand what's happening. Do not let these demons play in your face. I'm going to play you another clip from a man that's down there in Mississippi who is, doing what I think that every black person in the country should be doing at this point. And I'm going to let you guys hear from that now.
In case you don't know, here in the state of Mississippi, we have launched a movement called Operation No Way. And you may be asking me, what is Operation No Way? Well, I tell you, what is Operation No Way? We, the black community, have decided to take matters into our own hands. As black, brown, and African Americans here, we can no longer trust the government to handle things for us. We can no longer trust the law enforcement to do what is right. So we will take matters into our own hands to protect ourselves and our children in a legal way that's peaceable unto all. And that way is, right now as we're speaking, 75% of the black, brown, and African Americans here in the state of Mississippi that has a 21-year-old son or daughter or older that is eligible to receive a permit and license to carry a concealed gun or weapon here in the state. We're in the process of doing that right now. Right now, we're in the process of picking up our children from college campuses and starting paperwork as you and I are watching and talking in this video right now. As you and I are talking right now, this is what is taking place. Right now, Bass Pro is selling out of guns. Right now, Walmart is selling out of guns. Right now, the gun ranges are filled with people right now that's practicing because we can no longer afford for our sons and daughters to go out unprotected. Not only do we believe in God and have faith in God and we walking right, we sure enough gonna walk armed this time. Not only will we have the shield of faith, the sword of the spirit, we're gonna have a gun on our hip just to make sure as we're walking with our feet shod, the preparation of the gospel of peace among our citizens. We're gonna make sure we carry us a peace so we can protect our peace as it pertains to our family. So that's what's taking place here in Mississippi.
Exactly.
And we're calling every black, brown, African-American family to go. If your child is at the age of 21, your son and your daughter, and they meet the qualifications, by all means, because I'm telling you right now, the pawn shops are selling out guns. It's just that serious. So in about 2 months from now, all of you that watch this video, when you come to Mississippi, don't be surprised if you see a couple with the husband with the gun on the hip, the wife with the gun on the hip, the 21 and 22-year-old with guns on the hip. It's just that serious now. We're not playing no games. And we're calling it, as it has been declared, Operation No Way. Because there would be no way for what happened to Nolan Xavier Wells to happen again. We're not allowing it. So God bless you and keep you. Have a great day.
There you go. So I tell you 100%, right? 100% that we need to be, listen, I'm more heavily armed now than I was in Iraq and Afghanistan. That's just the way it is. And you have to be. It's the only way you're going to be taken seriously. I've been telling you for years, if you look at the Not Fucking Around Coalition, them men never got attacked by the police, never got beat down, never got hit in the head with a nightstick, never got maced, never got shot with pepper balls. Why? Because each one of them were heavily armed. You couldn't even join the group unless you had an AR-15. AR-15, shotguns, all kind of weapons they had. And not one of them was hit. In the heart of red territory. And I'm telling you, you need to, every black family in this country, and really anybody that's on the right side of history, you need to understand they have a Second Amendment for a reason. To fight against tyranny. And I don't know about you, the government is looking pretty fucking tyrannical right now. So you need to be ready to protect yourselves, protect your family. Shit, my sons got their own loadout. So this is how it's going to be for me and mine. I don't dial 911. I dial 762. I dial 556. I dial 12 gauge slug, buckshot, hellfire, whatever I need to have. And it's just that serious. Because there's some people that's in the South that are determined. They are determined to continue the treasonous path of the Confederacy. And so we're going to have to deal with them sooner or later. But tonight, I see some people in here, some family members from Navy members, anybody that wants to get in here that's connected to the military, I want to talk to you. First and foremost, if you're a veteran, drop a 1 in the chat. Just people on TikTok, everybody else will hear this as well. I'll open up the call-in lines here in a second. But I want you guys to get in here because I want to talk about this. I'm going to play some videos of several veterans and other people in the community who are speaking out about what's happening. It's really a damn shame that this is what's happening in the military. But if anybody knew Trump, he was never for the military. He was always for himself. He always talked shit about John McCain. Look how he treated John McCain, a legit war hero who was tortured mercilessly in Vietnam. He talked shit about him. I did not let that slide. I became a never Trumper after that. Anybody who believed in the military should never fuck with Trump again after that moment. And then after his first administration, who is still fucking with him after an insurrection? But it just shows you the cult mentality behind this shit. And they continue to follow him to no end. They will be just like Jim Jones, David Koresh. So I don't waste my time talking to people who are too far gone. My message is really for reasonable people. And really, it seems like a lot of that is out. So veterans are speaking out about what's happening, not only here, but overall. I'm going to let you guys hear some of these vets, and I'm going to let you guys hear other vets that, we personally work with. Some of my good friends are out here doing this. So let's get into it.
Our government is compromised. I am very concerned that we are on the brink of losing our constitutional republic to tyranny. It has been exactly a year since I posted that video, and I have to say that at the time that I posted it, it was not popular, especially amongst the conservatives and the MAGA crowd. But it has aged perfectly. Everything that I said in that video that I wasn't even sure of saying turned out to be true. And what we had hoped for with Trump, we got the exact opposite. Instead of draining the swamp, we got more of it, and it's the swampiest that it's ever been. I just want to encourage all Americans, it is so past time to just abandon your political party. Liberals and conservatives need to come together at this point, and we need to focus on what is important. And then we can get back to squabbling about the bullshit that we always do. But until we get our government back, and it's once again a government by the people, we'll have nothing. We're sending billions of dollars to a country that is actively committing a genocide, that is killing babies, toddlers, children, and women almost on a daily basis. I can't open this app without seeing it. You guys, we have to get control of our government. We have to get these people that are elected in office that are compromised by Israel out. We need regular people like you and me running the show. It is far past time that we take things back. And if we don't, I'm really afraid that we are going to get exactly what we deserve. God is going to allow so many tribulations and struggles to happen here if we do not get it together. He's not going to continually listen to the cries and the blood of the innocent. And you and I are complicit in it. Our taxes are funding this. Every time we see these videos and we do nothing, we are complicit in this genocide. Whether you like it or not, you can say, oh, I'm just one person, there's nothing I can do. There's plenty you can do. You can be speaking out. You can stop paying your taxes. I know that comes at a heavy cost for some people, and that's scary. But there are things you can do, and your morality and your soul is paramount above everything else. And enough people joining together and protesting, there's nothing they can do. If all of us say we're done paying taxes until Israel's out of our government, what are they going to do? They can't arrest all of us. It is truly the story of the ants and the grasshoppers. We're the ants, and we need to realize our power.
Quick reminder for everyone new here, I'm a counterterrorism intelligence analyst veteran with multiple deployments. Iran was my specialty. So when Joe Kent, the president's own counterterrorism director, resigned and released a letter saying America faced no imminent threat from Iran, I heard that loud and clear. And I heard the rest just as clearly, that we struck because Israeli influence and heavy Israeli lobbying by AIPAC. Let's talk about my evaluation methodology for a moment. As an analyst, I was trained to be highly critical of the intelligence provided by foreign governments. What does that mean? Is the information I'm presented with going to inform me or influence me? This isn't an either or.
And so, hey, this is a good point. Remember, Kent is also MAGA, right? He is the MAGA pick, right? A lot of these, maybe the first guy might have been conservative too, but it is so clear that this whole war thing is on next level. Who let him back down here? What the heck?
Analysis either. Both can be true. But that is the job of an analyst, to determine where the truth lies by evaluating other sources to either corroborate or disprove. It's why I write the last 24 hours article on Substack the way I do. Why every single claim is sourced so you can click, read, and decide for yourself. So here's my assessment after 97 days of war and no fewer than 5 ceasefires. Trump has the ability to end this war diplomatically with Iran, but he must rein in Israel. He can, as evidenced by preventing a bombing campaign in Beirut. He's just choosing not to, and you should ask why. The country we're fighting, Iran, says it will talk the moment we stop shooting. Our ally, Israel, is the one who keeps shooting. Read that again. The enemy wants to talk, our ally won't stop shooting. You don't have to take my word. You can take Kent's. You can take the record. And don't take my word on the money either. Go look. OpenSecrets.org tracks every dollar AIPAC's PAC sends to Congress. Type in your own representative's name. See for yourself whose name is on the list and is answering for AIPAC. This is why I have this account. It's why it went from under 400 followers to nearly 20,000, because this moment demands it from those of us who swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So I speak up. But you don't have to believe me. But when somebody from inside the community is telling you something is wrong, you should probably pay attention and always ask yourself, are you being informed or influenced?
There you have it. So anybody who wants to get in, guys, I'm here for all veterans tonight. I want to talk about what's happening. I want to talk about this deplorable situation on this ship, what led up to it. We've been saying for the longest, Pete Whiskey Leak Sexeth, the Secretary of War Crimes, was unfucking qualified to hold that position. He been unqualified from day one. And everything that's happening now shows that shit. They can't do basic things. I understand that racism is not a deal breaker for a lot of people in this country, but fucking open corruption and sheer fucking incompetence should be a deal breaker for everybody. Because they're stealing our taxpayer money. They're treating sailors like shit. Not just that, soldiers getting smoked out here in the battle. Basic shit's not even being done. They're not even being put in hardened bunkers. And now you got a warship they're probably gonna make a fucking movie about one day. Because the living conditions is bad enough that people are choosing to jump into the fucking ocean. How bad you think life gotta be on that aircraft carrier for sailors and Marines to jump into the fucking water? How bad do you think it has to be? And so it's really a damn shame, man. It's a shame that we are allowing this to get to this point. It's really a damn shame. Aaron Pernez has spoke out about this a lot. I just seen his videos right before I jumped on live, so I put his stuff together as well and let you guys hear some of this. But this is what's happening. And so you're going to hear from him, but you're going to hear from a lot more veterans. People who have served in the military from all fucking branches speaking out about this damn debacle right now. There's no way a ship should be out here breaking records for being at sea for a war that shouldn't even be happening.
I just received exclusive text messages from the wife of a service member on the USS Abraham Lincoln describing the horrific conditions he and his fellow service members are experiencing. One fellow soldier told him, quote, "I believe this is a training exercise to see how far we can push our service members before they break." "Hey honey, I'm eating cereal right now. Wish there was milk though. Haven't had milk in 3 months," he wrote. She asked why wasn't there milk. He said the supply ship that comes here can't bring fruits and stuff because it can't stay fresh long enough with the time it gets them to get here. They haven't had anything fresh but meat because it's freezed. Sometimes it gets here rotten. Families are just as frustrated as the people on the boat. This deployment is the worst one, and I pray no other boat goes through the same. Even people that have been deployed 100 times claim this is to be the worst and believe it cannot get worse than this. The Navy does not care. The mission always comes first. I was talking to some random dude at the smoke pit, and he was saying it's an experiment to see the government is doing, see how far they can push sailors' limits of being out to sea with the worst experience. I don't know anymore. I know my family needs me, and the Navy is not being fair right now, taking me away far longer than expected. Worst part, my expectations were already at an all-time low, but as per usual, the Navy beat those two by going lower than hell. So there's that. Imagine if Joe Biden was the president of the United States and service members on an aircraft carrier in the Middle East were facing horrific conditions, and there were reports that some service members wanted to jump overboard. That story would be non-stop headlines, front page news. But it wouldn't just be front page news. There would be congressional investigations. There would be massive calls for Lloyd Austin, the Secretary of Defense under Biden, to testify in front of Congress. There would be subpoenas issued for communications between the Secretary of Defense and other officials, Army officials, Navy officials. Service members would be hauled to testify. There would be a massive investigation. But with the President of the United States, Donald Trump, it's almost like this is a non-story. It's going to be a big thing today, and then tomorrow there'll be something else. And I think that's one of the biggest problems that we're seeing in our society right now, is with such a fast-paced news cycle, stories like service members being served rotten food, service members wanting to jump overboard, service members facing horrific conditions with no soap, moldy showers, and food rationing, they get a few hours in the headlines, if that. Spread the word. Keep this in the news. Follow for more. Pete Hegseth is firing back at service members and their families who describe horrific conditions abroad, saying, quote, their accounts have been completely misrepresented. Pete Hegseth today was asked about my reporting and many others reporting over the fact that there are horrific conditions aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln, and he says that the deteriorating conditions are misrepresented and completely dismissed reports. But we did get confirmation today from CNN that one sailor did go overboard last month from the USS Abraham Lincoln. And this comes after the Military Times reported yesterday that sailors were seeking to go overboard versus having to continue to serve an indefinite leave, essentially, on this floating ship in the middle of the ocean. I've shared multiple text messages of horrific conditions aboard, not fresh food, no deodorant, no hygiene products. It is bad. And Pete Hegseth said it's completely misrepresented. Gaslighting these families in the process. Spread the word, follow for more.
Listen, they're full of shit, man. They're full of shit. We talked about this months ago. We showed pictures. I remember we talked shit saying it's AI, man. We showed pictures. This shit looks so bad. I'm like, I could not even tell you what the meat was. It looked like shoe leather. So it didn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, exactly. Listen, Pete Whiskey Leaks was never qualified. He had a part-time major position, and now he's in the position of a 4-star general. All because of politics. All because of white supremacy and politics. He damn sure wasn't qualified for shit. And so now you see they can't even do basic shit. It's not like this is our first time going to war. America has been at war. Hell, we just got wrapping up a 20-year war. The whole war on terror. And you didn't see this shit happening under fucking Bush. Bush 1, 2, Clinton. You didn't see none of this shit. Obama, it damn sure wasn't happening under Obama. It didn't happen under Biden either. Ships can't even be resupplied. What the fuck are we talking about? Do you know how bad it is that the people are speaking out? Normally, the military, especially the Navy, is a closed community. They keep all this shit silent. They try to keep their dirty laundry in-house. But you can't, stay silent when these soldiers are facing down death at sea. They'd rather stand on that damn boat. It is bad, man. It is worse than what people think it is. If people are talking out like this. And that's why I think it's up to us, the veteran community. We have to fucking light some fires. We have to go raise absolute hell for the people who can't do it. It's a fucking shame that these demons, Pete Hegseth sat on his ass last year eating fucking lobster at the end of the year, spending all this extra tax money he had. And now soldiers can't get, and sailors can't even get basic shit. They can't get basic things on the ship. It's a damn shame. It's a shame it's coming to this point.
So not only are Trump and Hegseth attacking our service members, calling them and their families liars for reporting the fact that our sailors are trying to jump off the USS Lincoln because they have been on that ship for over 250 days, which is unprecedented. But they are now cutting the families off from information regarding our sailors. One woman said her husband texted her and said he hopes he doesn't wake up. Another member had to grab a sailor and keep him from jumping off. 5,000 of our sailors are trapped on that ship, and their families are begging Trump and Hegseth to help them, and they're calling them liars. The toilets are broken. The showers are full of mold. They don't have enough food. They're losing their minds and their health on this ship. Any medical professional will tell you this is dangerous. It is cruel. It is inhumane. And all Hegseth has to say is, this is false. They're making it up. Some of these family members are desperate to know if their family members are still alive, and they can't find out. This administration and Hegseth are responsible for torturing our service members. I don't want to hear anything out of their mouths that they care, that any of you Republicans give a rat's ass about our service members, because now they're keeping them on that ship to keep them quiet. It is absolutely disgusting. These people have no regard for
Straight facts. Straight facts, man. You got people who don't give a shit. I did far more time in the Army than fucking Hegseth. Period. He was part-time in that shit. He has no fucking clue what he's doing. And he's a lying sack of shit. Just like most people who work at Fox News. All they do is gaslight and lie. You thought this fucker was going to be, they don't know nothing about integrity. But you have a president who is a fucking criminal. So it is not hard. They spend more time stealing billions of crypto than fucking giving a fuck about how to fight a war that he started by tweet at 3 a.m. because Israel was getting better coverage. After he was warned by Charlie Kirk, by fucking even people on the right wing not to go to war. Mr. No New War decided to go to war because he wanted better press coverage than Israel was getting. That is why you got soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen out here losing their lives on some bullshit. In the war, you can't win. There is no win scenario with Iran. None. And so now you're in a situation where soldiers are in a situation where they have to go through deal with all of this. You keep letting that dog back down?
What you mean back? She wasn't down.
Listen, okay. You know I'm trying to be like her, but listen, you want to let him out without that barking, because you know she gets. But this is where we are right now. It is a complete shit show. If sailors are choosing to give up their soul to the sea, they stay on rotation in that ship, it is hellish conditions down there. Hellish conditions, man. And it's really a damn shame. So the veteran community, we got to speak out. Many vets are speaking out. I'm going to play clips from my other fellow battle buddies who are talking about this. Army, Navy, Marines. I got a black submariner who really gives you a great perspective of what it is. So this is it. We've got to rally. And this is it, man. We've got to get in there. It's really a damn shame. Well, listen, they're not gonna send anybody to the ship because technically they're at war, right? So that's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say because we're at war, even though war has not been declared on Iran, they're saying we're at war. That's why they keep these guys out here. There is no fucking reason to keep a ship out there over 200 days. You didn't do it in Iraq and Afghanistan, and we actually declared war in that war. We didn't do it then. Because the people who are running the government, first of all, don't give a fuck about soldiers. You're expendable. You're suckers and losers. Remember, they said this themselves. They're showing you that now. They don't give a fuck about them, man. They say it's expendable. You have fucking, Lady G talking mad shit. That, hey, it's acceptable. And they should be ready to fight like the Battle of Iwo Jima. I'm glad his ass gone. Good riddance to him. But it's really a shame that you have people who are suffering in hellish conditions. It is absolute hell on that ship if they are choosing to jump into the fucking ocean and give their fucking soul back to the sea. It is hellish conditions on that ship. Period. And there's no fucking reason that the greatest military in the history of the world don't know how to fucking resupply a boat in the middle of the ocean or pull that boat back. But they don't care about any of that because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know. Pete has no fucking idea how logistics work. That's why he's so fucking terrible at it. That's why he came up with dumbass rules that he thought he was going to drop 1,000 fucking bombs and the Iranians were going to throw their hands up to the great fucking American military. When you have dumbass people in charge, you degrade the military. None of them people should have been in charge. They should nowhere near power. They're a joke. Fox News is a fucking joke, a propaganda machine. And they're out here. What do? We rally. Of course, we rally. You get out here, you fight back wherever you can. Get on the goddamn phone to your congressman. Start blowing that shit up. Matter of fact, I'll drop a video later about a girl. I would tell you, she showed no fucking mercy on that telephone call. She called him up. That's the energy people need. But more than that, you need to be prepared on every aspect. Of course, you got to have your ass out here voting. That's your primary weapon. But understand, it may come more than that. You have a man who wants to be a dictator, and there's many in this government right now who are cool with that shit. Right? You have the Supreme Court that's cool giving a fucking president king powers. So it is what it is. Man, I don't care. You know what fucking socialism is, man. If I'm here talking about sailors losing their life and you come here talking about socialism, be full of shit. Period. You have no idea what you're talking about. I don't give a fuck about Fox fake ass news talking points. You have no fucking clue what socialism is. When soldiers join the military, you're under socialism for one, because all your medical shit is paid for by the government. You have no idea what socialism is. It's some shit you've been told on Fox fake ass news and you parrot that shit. Nobody want to hear that shit, man. We want to have a conversation with people, reasonable people. If you love Trump, man, there's plenty of lives to go fuck with him. You can keep your tattoo in your upper thigh meat and see how that shit work out for you. But Trump has made nobody's life better except maybe billionaires with their corrupt ass. He made Elon Musk the world's, first trillionaire Nazi. So you have that. What up? Hey, Jay, put your request in, man. I'm about to bring you up anyway. No. Leave him there for now, YG. We'll clap his ass later if it becomes a problem. But I want to talk to veterans tonight anyway. I'm going to bring my boy up, Jay, and we're going to start listening to some of the other people coming in here talking about it. Let's get it. Jay, what up? Another fine day. Hey, people don't know this is Jay Carey. He's a veteran that torched that Confederate or torched the American flag after Trump wrote an illegal executive order saying that you would go to jail for a year. He torched that shit up and did the right thing. There's an excellent documentary. I watched that shit on YouTube. That's damn good. We'll talk about that later in the week. But I really want to bring up veterans to talk about what's happening. I'm gonna let you guys hear this next clip from my battle buddy like Jolly and Gunny speaks out. There's a few other people in here that's really dropping some knowledge. I want you guys to listen to this video and we're gonna weigh in and talk about what's happening because it's really a damn shame what's happening right now with the conditions on this ship. Nobody should be going through this at all. Especially someone trapped on an aircraft carrier to the point where they're going to be choosing to give their soul to the ocean rather than stay on that boat. So, hey, Black Star, what's going on? What's happening? So, yeah, I really wanted to get a vet panel together. So, hey, I can think of no better people than talking to some vets. And if we got time, we'll talk to family members as well. Anybody that's connected to this shit. It's really a damn shame. Let me jump into this next clip, and then we're going to talk about each portion. I'll let Jolly hit this first one, and then we'll pick up after that.
Our government is compromised.
Do you know how bad it has to be for United States Navy sailors to want to jump off of the ship? I need you to really understand this. I was an Army veteran, but I want to speak from a veteran's standpoint here. These sailors that are attempting or wanting to or expressing the intent to jump overboard, they know exactly, number one, what that means. These aren't people who don't understand the consequences. They were trained to be on that ship. They were trained how dangerous it is to go overboard. There's a reason they chose that as what they want to do. Secondly, they were also trained to endure the hardships of living on a ship. They were trained to be on that ship. They are more equipped, better equipped than any person you know who's never been in the Navy to be on that ship. And despite their training to be on that ship, despite their intimate understanding of what it means to go overboard, they are expressing the intent and even the will to go overboard. That's how bad things are on the USS Abraham Lincoln. In the story from the Military Times, one of the guys who was reported to have intended to go overboard, he's been in the Navy for 13 years. 13 years. This is not some new guy who just can't handle the stress and rigors of the United States Navy. He's been around the block. You understand that this ship has been deployed to support Iran, a war that Donald Trump chose to go into on behalf of Israel that we can't seem to get ourselves out of because despite all the lies this administration has told us, we're still stuck over there. And not by we, I mean our service members. By our service members, I mean 5,000 people on the USS Abraham Lincoln that are on a ship where conditions are so bad they are ready to jump overboard. But also their rations are low. They're rationing their food so small that they can't even get proper nourishment. That gets to your head after a while. Also, they're stuck on a ship in the middle of the ocean. That gets to your head after a while. But does this administration care? Does Pete Hegseth care? Does anybody care? Clearly they don't care, because if they cared, these sailors would not be intending and expressing the will to jump overboard. This is a very clear example of how the things that this administration doing is real. They're not just headlines. These are real people. These are real families. These are real service members you claim to support. I feel like when those sailors finally come home, they have a story to tell that none of us even knew about. I bet you. Every single American, especially veterans, should be on the phone blowing up the Congress Navy Secretary's office right now, demanding that our troops come home and demanding that we get the fuck out of this another forever fucking war.
Straight up. It's really a damn shame, man. We all saw shit like this coming. We warned the dangers about, putting a man unqualified to be Secretary of Defense. He had no fucking clue what he was doing. You replaced a 5-star or 4-star general with a part-time major from Fox News. And you wonder why they can't do basic shit. You wonder why they got outbreaks on bases. So it's really a damn shame that that people are suffering to this level, and it's done needlessly. This is not the first time America has had to resupply a ship at sea. They can't do basic shit because they're more worried about firing people. They're more worried about firing people and doing all type of political shit and having fucking dumbass parades like they're a dictator, instead of taking care of soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. That's why we're in this shit show. And if people are jumping in the fucking water, it is horrible. Jay, what up? Let's get it.
It's resupplying a ship at sea is a basic function, I would imagine. I mean, you got submarines that stay out there forever. You've got, they all got to get resupplied at some point, right?
Yeah.
And my background's a little jacked up. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries, man.
I ain't that good at this shit. But I'm sorry. It's kind of like when we were out in Iraq. We got extended for the surge.
Yeah, they had people out there doing 15-month rotations. I got you, boss.
Right. You're out there 15 months, and I'll tell you what. At that 12th month, shit gets dangerous. People stop paying as well of attention. They get sloppy, and that's when people start dying. Yeah. Well, listen, they're already mentally breaking. Remember, one of the guys said that he thinks it's an exercise to see how much they can take before they break. That ain't no motherfucking exercise, man. Right? If they really pushing you that hard, something is wrong. And my question is, where the fuck are the flag officers? Where the fuck are the senior non-commissioned officers? Why the fuck are you not speaking out? Right? Why are you not speaking out against this shit? You gonna continue to follow bullshit, knowing that your soldiers, your sailors are at risk, your Marines are at risk?
Because they're all talking about how badass their soldiers are, how badass their sailors are, and how much they can take, and how much they can complete without relief. And they are all counting on promotions based on how much they can push their men and push them into dangerous areas and see them come out. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
When I first went in the military, I was a tanker. I joined in 1989. We used to do deprivation training, where we'd stay up, and then go out and maneuver our tanks. And you want to talk about dangerous, stupid? You can't train people to live in this state of deprivation. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. It's just before people. Hell, matter of fact, my very first training exercise, a dude got decapitated by M1, a driver.
Yeah.
Very first training exercise, man. This guy was like, God damn, man. First fucking exercise, man. And it's like they threw out red smoke. I'm like, what the fuck red smoke mean? It's like it's a real world incident, man. Everybody got freeze in place.
So I had to call an evac or medevac for a driver who got crushed. I mean, at 6 in the morning after an all-night mission.
Yeah.
All that shit's good for
Pinyon Canyon. Hey, you know it, man. Shit, you must have been there. Hey, Pinyon Canyon. That's exactly where that shit happened at, man. Pinyon fucking Canyon in Fort Carson, Colorado, man. I never forget that shit, man. Babe, the first place I seen snow, I never seen snow in my life until that shit. I'm from Long Beach, California, man. First time I seen snow was in fucking Fort Carson, Colorado. 93.
They've got a former CDAT on here, chosen one. He was a tank commander. The CDAT, for all those that don't know, is a computerized dumbass tanker. That's when we got our A2s. We turned into, slightly smarter.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, definitely, it works for selections for special forces and shit, but you can't train it.
No, you can't.
When you force people into those situations, you can't predict how they're going to react.
No.
Third ID, that's right. Third ID.
Because they're not in their right mind, man. That's the thing is you don't know how people go react because listen, and this is all self-fucking imposed. There ain't nothing out there. There ain't nothing that Iran got that forcing that aircraft carrier to stay there. They ain't got shit out there. They don't have no aircraft carriers. So pull them fucking people back, man, and rotate them out. But the problem is America went it alone. Right? And that's one of the bigger problems. See, America is like, about like Captain America. You take the whole crew with you. You take all of NATO with you when you go to war. That's why you do this shit. Or if you follow the Powell Doctrine, you wouldn't have got yourself in this situation in the first place. You wouldn't even be in here fighting a dumbass war you can't win. But this is what happens when you try to go it alone.
A lot of people got killed in Vietnam and Korea over egos. Over generals' egos.
Yeah.
We have more aircraft carriers than the rest of the world combined.
Exactly.
One carrier stuck out there for over 200 fucking days.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Exactly.
Because it shows you they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Right? If we got all these aircraft carriers, you can't have them on a regular rotation. There is no reason to have these guys out here extended that long. There's no reason. You ain't even got boots on the fucking ground. So what are you talking about?
I guarantee you, there's a commander behind this ship that is just like, yeah, I'm going to set the record for the longest freaking deployment of sailors in the history of the Navy, and I will be the greatest, naval commander ever. That's how stupid it is, and you both know that. Like, that's how stupid it gets. Like, I parachuted into Iraq on March 26, 2003 on a lie. And we were supposed to be there for weeks. We were in Bashur, northern Iraq. We landed in thigh-deep mud. We were combat ineffective for hours and hours and hours. We climbed our way out of it. We took control of the airfield, landed some planes, and pushed south on an Iraqi army that wasn't there. Wasn't pushing us, wasn't coming up, wasn't there. We rolled right into Erbil and Kirkuk. Took them both over completely. All the uniforms and guns were just laying around on the ground, and we just took over. And then we stayed there for another year, or just short of a year. And it was stupid the whole time. They made us police officers. They made us. You don't know how many people have you arrested in your life? Put handcuffs on. I've handcuffed thousands of people, hundreds of people, kicked indoors and all the stupid shit. We found some thugs. We found some gangsters. We stopped some of that. We also found some other stuff that was awful. I don't know. I'm not going to go into it, but it wasn't the war. It wasn't the war against Saddam and the Ba'ath Party. It was just now it was just the Iraqi people, and it was stupid. It was really, really stupid.
Yeah.
Those early actions are what grew birthed the insurgency.
Yes. Yes. All that shit, firing all the military in them. Yeah, we created that shit. We created ISIS and all that shit. By the way, they handled that shit.
By taking their military apart, we lost a lot of professional soldiers that they had.
Yep.
Then we tried. I was part of a mid team. I went in as a tanker, third ID back in 07, But then we stood up an internal military transition team. We trained an Iraqi infantry battalion. And how'd that go? Well, we were a good group, and they were motivated. I tell you, they were really motivated, and they were fully mission capable, doing missions on their own within 7 months. You know, so we left them mission capable, and we had a good group of guys, and we had a good unit a good commander, a legit commander, not.
Yeah, you gotta have that, man. You gotta have good people. And look at even that. So you said they have 7 months, right? These guys are out here trying to do shit lightning quick with no fucking training, just flying by night. Because, like I said, I don't think that Pete WikiLeaks or fucking Trump have ever stepped foot on an aircraft carrier. I don't think they have any idea what the fuck all that fucking monster ass metal is around there and how life is on an aircraft carrier. And the fact that you would leave someone out there extended that long is nuts. Hey, I'm gonna play another clip here from Gunny Speaks Out. I want you guys to hear this, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
The deal. If you're going to send our men and women into a war, the absolute bare minimum is taking care of them while they're there. So right now, families of sailors on the USS Abraham Lincoln are raising hell, as they should be. Now, the Lincoln has been deployed for roughly 9 months, supporting operations in Trump's unauthorized Iran war. Those sailors are dealing with food shortages, broken toilets, laundry failures, mold, mildew, exhaustion, and, as you might guess, collapsing morale. These aren't people sitting on some rear area base. They're running a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, working around fighter jets, weapons, heavy machinery, and jet fuel. They're exhausted, they're underfed. Families finally confronted Navy leadership demanding answers about the conditions, and most importantly, when are our people coming home? This is what pisses me off as a veteran. We here support the troops every election cycle from the same people now running the show. Supporting the troops isn't a bumper sticker. It means feeding them, getting them safe living conditions, giving them adequate rest, taking care of their families, and not treating service members like an unlimited resource because one man decided to drag this country into another open-ended war. You want to honor the troops? Then stop treating them like disposable parts while you chase the next military adventure. Semper Fi, Gunny out.
Straight up. It's really a goddamn shame, man. And so we got people from all branches of the service speaking out. As veterans should, outraged about this shit, man. You know, the fact that this is all self-inflicted wounds. There is no reason to have that ship out there for fucking 9 months on the water with no resupply, nothing coming there, no fucking mail from the family members, to the point where the family has to start arguing this shit with the fucking, you know, Navy leadership. The Pentagon, quiet as fuck. Remember in Iraq, shit, we had embedded reporters and that shit. They couldn't wait to show you all the shit that was happening. Under this regime, it's the exact fucking opposite. They're quiet because they don't want to show you what a shit show it is. And the fact that we got so much damage over there, so many fucking casualties. I don't believe shit coming out of this administration. Damn not from the Pentagon. I don't believe shit. I believe we lost far more than fucking 14. We know it's at least 18, probably in the hundreds by now. With all the fucking bases they got hit.
They scrubbed Afghanistan and Iraq's numbers.
Yeah, so they're full of shit, man. They are full of shit. And we gotta call them on their bullshit because the people still in uniform are fucking trapped. They don't have no choice now. They're stuck on that shit. They stuck on this because motherfuckers got weak ass spines. They fired the fucking competent generals and surrounded themselves with fucking bootlickers. And this is what you get.
But this is the type of orange shit show that you get when you got a fucking feckless ass president along with the Senate, along with the Congress, got us in a fucking illegal ass war. And let me tell you this. If anybody listening, earshot to what I'm saying, thinks that some of these sailors, Marines, or whoever has not already jumped in, check in with me. Holler at your girl. It's already happened. All this shit is projection. This shit has already happened, and a goddamn soul intervening to stop it.
I know special
So
people who are
you
dipping
think
out.
you getting ahead of the game? No. This shit is already happening. All of these counts of the service members, boots on the ground, 13, 14, get the fuck out of here. This whole shit infuriates me. And throughout the TikTok streets, the main motherfuckers that got the most goddamn to say is the ones who never ever suited the fuck up.
That part.
And you know what? When you suit up, because I tell these motherfuckers every goddamn chance I get, you could never see me, bitch. I'm a goddamn Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. I guarantee you I could take your ass down. And 2 more sissy la coward motherfuckers look just like you. This ain't a fucking game. Hegseth and Trump thinking they playing some fucking toys.
Yeah, Call of Duty. Them bitches out here like it's Call of Duty and shit, like motherfuckers are respawning.
They don't
And when you ain't got skin in the game rig, when you ain't got a fucking soul over there, your decision making is thrown off. Trump don't give a fuck. He dodged Vietnam.
He damn sure did. He was proud of it. Captain Burnsford was proud of that shit.
Daddy, who came home MIA from Vietnam, who couldn't keep his goddamn hands off my mama. This motherfucker's whole lineage, nobody in the whole lineage of his whole family has ever served. And all of these TikTok toy fucking soldiers on here, that's one thing that y'all got in common. Y'all love harm. You like to hear about this shit, but you ain't like it so much where you fucking suited up. I told people I got a goddamn connection at the Pentagon. You wanna go? I'll get you over there. But none of these motherfuckers gonna take it.
No, it's all performative. It's all fucking performative.
Performance. Because you like the harm.
But you don't like the service.
Yeah, you don't want the service part. You don't want the hard part. Why isn't Lurch fucking ass over there? That goddamn 7 feet tall Lurch.
Yeah.
Why isn't his ass over there?
Fake ass.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck about anybody else's children. I'm so glad I made my son get out of the Marine Corps under Trump's first administration. He probably wouldn't be here right now.
Hey, listen, I felt the same way. My son would have been a fucking amazing officer in the Air Force.
Yeah.
But there was no fucking way I was going to let him go into this shit show. Because we all seen it coming. Even under the best circumstances, this shit is rough. And it's not for everybody. But to put racist, incompetent fucking morons in charge who don't know what the fuck they're doing and just lie to each other, you know it's going to be hellish. They're more worried about shaving profiles and kicking out trans people than fucking doing basic soldier and sailor. How the fuck can you don't understand logistics? How the fuck can you cannot rotate a ship? All you had to do was leave the competent generals in there to do the shit, but they went out here and kissed ass and fired so many fucking competent generals. Now this is what you got. This is what happens when you degrade the military. You can't do basic shit.
And then you want to talk about adding some goddamn testosterone?
Yeah. Who the fuck? He's a moron. The motherfucker think he's a super soldier. The motherfucker really think he's Steve Rogers. If you get some testosterone, all of a sudden the soldier's gonna start going out here. I gotta tell you, because he don't know what the fuck he's doing.
No, he doesn't.
He has no clue on how to lead a fucking military, let alone lead all of them.
No.
All the motherfuckers over there playing.
But they all complicit. Everybody who confirmed that motherfucker needs their ass sit up out of there. Anybody who voted to confirm Hegseth should be made to pay for that shit.
Racist, incompetent, corrupt.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. I could fucking be a better Secretary of Defense. They don't know what the fuck he's doing, man. He don't give a fuck. They rather lie. He can't even tell you the truth. Damn near, like I said, it's crazy. Listen, I'm gonna let you guys hear another clip too. I'm gonna let you guys hear another clip from another guy who Truth Has No Party. Another veteran here who weighing in on this shit, man. And like I said, man, I put it together because I was getting this shit on my algorithm one after another last night, man. And I was like, man, fuck this. It's on and cracking. Let's get it.
208 days counting straight days at sea. No port call. I believe that's a record for this modern Navy. Sailors, Marines, 5,500 of them out at sea. Why? Why haven't they port yet? USS Abraham Lincoln right now is still at sea supporting this bogus war. They left San Diego November 21st last year. Roughly 5,000 sailors and Marines. They were redirected to the Middle East. The deployment was supposed to only last till May of this year. It is now August. As of today, there's still no return date for that same carrier to be headed back to port.
9 months. Yeah.
40 days of continuous combat operations. They made a stop in Guam in December last year. A lot of the crew never got off the ship. One stop in Oman, July 7th, where the ones who did get off the ship, they were confined to a compound inside that port. Carriers normally pull in every 30 to 45 days. Why can't this carrier get back to port? Why? You have several people trying to throw themselves overboard. Now they're on medical hold because they're afraid of their careers finished. You have countless stories after story after story that are reaching back home to their loved ones. The loved ones are the ones that have to report this information and news to us. We wouldn't know. Pentagon is not telling us shit. You got another one, then another one, then another one that's trying to throw themselves overboard. What the fuck is going on, Peak Hexeth? Hey, Pentagon, why are you so quiet? Ask the Navy how many sailors have tried to go overboard. We need to know. Go back to April when the families put out photos of the food conditions. And then Pete Hexeth says it was fake news. Are you fucking kidding me? Is this how we treat our bravest men and women serving our country? And then just in San Diego, you hear about the 200 family members got so pissed off, they wanted to talk to the Navy leadership and told them up front. No, it wasn't fake news. The family members, 200 of them in San Diego, said that in one room. One spouse said her husband messaged her one morning and told her he hopes he doesn't wake up tomorrow. Vice Admiral Joseph Calhill told those families, quote, "We hear you loud and clear. I sure hope you do. Get their asses back. Get a date, Admiral. Find a date. Get a date. Bring home the Lincoln. Bring the Lincoln home. Truth has no party. Y'all be well."
It's a goddamn shame, man. Hey, any veterans that's in the that want to jump in the chat, guys, drop a 1 in and put your request in, and I'll pull you up. We'll talk about this. It's really a damn shame that we're here and that these people got to speak out. Because like I said, the military, especially the Navy, is very closed up about this type of shit. So it has to be truly deplorable conditions for anybody to be out here speaking out. It's a goddamn shame that it got to this level. It's really a damn shame, but we are here. And we must make these motherfuckers' lives hell until they rotate that shit back in.
Yeah.
How the fuck you got one carrier going through all of this? Why do you have one carrier out here doing all this heavy lifting?
Bring up some Navy vets. Yeah.
Every last one, all 5,500 supposedly of the ones who are out there. Listen.
I got you. Hey, Miss Mom, I got you. Come on up. And let me grab another one too. I seen somebody, I think Michael's in there. I'm bringing you up, Michael.
And get the fuck up out of there.
Hey, Michael, can you hear me? Hey, you live. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah. What's going on?
I don't want to interrupt the sister's talking first.
Okay.
I listen to her. I'm just saying, my nephew just graduated EOD school down in Pensacola. He got his LT. He did OCS. He got his LT, and then he switched his branch off ordnance. He just did this career. I mean, I'm retired. I was medically retired after Iraq.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. My mission in Iraq, well, I was in the 220th Military Police Brigade. We were directly tasked by the theater commander with searching for WMD. So I have a couple clues about lies, okay? Because we weren't even halfway to Baghdad, and we already knew the whole damn war was a lie. Because we were tasked with finding this shit.
MPs feel me? Searching for you.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, go ahead, man. You good?
MPs searching for WMD. We were tasked with the search for WMD. We were all over the damn theater searching for the WMD. By April, we determined it wasn't going to be found. I think they moved it to Syria because they did. They had some, but it's
at one point. But I think the problem also CIA, man. Once again, the CIA can't get shit right. Right? They was hitting fucking the Chinese embassy when I was in Kosovo. The CIA has gotten it all wrong. These motherfuckers haven't got nothing right. They did not see 9/11 coming. They fucking since the last fucking their inception, they've been fucking it up. They didn't think that China was going to enter the war in Korea and was fucking left with egg on their face.
By April, we're in Baghdad, and the rest of the damn war. And I was medevaced in August of 03, but I almost died over there. But the rest of the war after the search for WMD, we were tasked with various other higher level theater level shit, including shit for Saddam's trial and whatever. We processed the evidence from Abu Ghraib. We did all this other shit, but half of the time there, we were guarding an oil pipeline. You know, so that was our war, guarding the damn oil pipeline. But and this thing here is like rinse and repeat. You feel me? Yeah. It's rinse and repeat. And I got this nephew. He's gold to me, man. He's a smart, capable kid. He's a solid soldier. You know, he's graduating from EOD school, and I'm having a talk with him as his uncle, right? Yeah. And I'm saying, you're gonna have to make some serious decisions here, boy, because this shit really makes me emotional as fuck, man.
I get it.
Betrayal trauma. It's triggering me.
I get it, man.
It's betrayal. And you know what? I served from the Cold War. My motherfucking ass enlisted in 1977, and I got out in 05. I know what service is. You don't take these people's lives for granted. You don't treat them like dog shit. You do not call us losers and suckers. You do not be a non-serving, draft-dodging motherfucker and have a damn thing to say to a person like me. And now my nephew, you know, he's in a critical MOS, especially for this kind of shit. You know how it rolls because you've been there, man.
Of course.
And I'm just saying, God forbid, man, my oath is not over, sir.
Nope.
It is not over.
My shit is still active. Fuck that.
Look at this shit. I'm so sick of this shit. Because none of these motherfuckers served. None of them are patriotic. None of them know what it means to be an American. They're all false. They're all liars. They're all traitors. And they're all grifting and stealing our taxpayer dollars to fund this jive-ass shit that ain't got nothing to do with national security neither. And all of them are sellouts. They're all sellouts.
No doubt, man. Fighting this shit for Israel. Fucking fighting this war for Israel. Ain't got shit to do. Yeah, there is nothing. There is no American interest that's being met in Iran right now. None.
Nada. And don't forget what happened during Vietnam when they had all those soldiers in the stockade at Monterey, and they rose up and MPs shot them. I mean, people were taken out. I'm just saying. Don't forget that these soldiers, they knew their oath, they knew the Constitution, and they protested in the correct way. Now, they, you get into the UCMJ and all that, but they protested in the correct way, with the exception of they were still wearing the uniform and they were supposed to be saying nothing. But here's the thing. We're asking our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines to go into harm's way and protect our Constitution while we're not following the Constitution in our own country.
Exactly.
And that to me, my friend, that's a broken oath right there by the POTUS. The POTUS broke his damn oath, and that's what I'm talking about. Accountability needs to come down to. And you know what? Veterans have gone into the street, and they will again. Feel me, man. Veterans will be in the street.
No doubt.
If this shit keeps going down.
No doubt.
Because there ain't nobody protecting those men and women for their sacrifices. They're not even honoring their deaths, Rick.
No.
They're not even honoring
They're full of shit.
Deaths.
They're full of shit, man. They're full of shit.
They lying about it. You want to put shit over If your casket came to your mama door, would you want your casket?
Yeah.
I sure wouldn't.
Yeah. Listen, it's a damn shame what's happening right now, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is sheer fucking incompetence. There's no reason for that ship to be going through this shit right now. Sheer fucking incompetence. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Hey, CE, you're live. Can you hear me? All right, good shit.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead, Ms. Vaughn.
Okay, y'all. Some of y'all know that I am retired Navy. I'm a retired Navy corpsman. I have an affinity for Marines because most of my sea time was with the Marines. I deployed with the Marine Corps during Desert Storm. But when I was in Alameda, California, the USS Abraham Lincoln was homeported there, and I would always hook up with fellow corpsmen off of that ship, and I'd hang out on that ship. And that thing is freaking massive.
It is.
But at the same time, it's confined.
It is, exactly.
And my fear, and I know I'm really emotional, and my heart breaks for these sailors that are wanting to jump overboard, because just the thought of that out in the middle of the ocean, the thought of that is terrifying.
Yep.
It has to be extremely bad.
Yeah, horrible. Hell.
For somebody to want to do that. But my biggest fear, along with somebody wanting to jump overboard, is if a fire breaks out aboard that ship. And I'm reminded of when I joined the Navy back in '85. In boot camp, they showed us video of the USS Forrestal fire. And that fire happened, I think, in 1960, 66, 67. It was in the mid to late 60s. But 130 plus sailors died on that ship in that fire. And the USS Forrestal was another aircraft carrier. So my fear is, if there was a fire that breaks out on board that ship, and anybody that's in the Navy, in the chat, anybody in the Navy knows the worst thing that can happen on board a ship is a fire. And if they're not telling us, and they're hesitant about telling us about personnel wanting to jump overboard, what happens if there's a fire? Yeah. Are we going to find out about it? If there's any casualties, are we going to find out about it? The damage that ship will take, are we going to find out about that? It's just a terrible situation, and we're not hearing anything about it. The Pentagon is quiet.
Yep.
Pete Hegseth is busy trying to give testosterone to people.
Yeah, because it's a fucking shit show.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, he has no fucking clue what they're doing. And I don't know why his ass hasn't been fucking fired and charged. He doesn't no fucking clue what he's doing. Hey, CE. Yeah. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, I'm just glad. I want to tell everybody on this panel right now, man, I want to thank everybody for their damn service, because for real, if you're a combat veteran like myself, and most of y'all on here, man, y'all know what that means. And it's just troubling to see those sailors out there in that type of environment, because first of all, if you ever served over there in that environment, you got to deal with the damn heat first of all. Yep. I mean, just soldiers, sailor, it don't matter. The heat over there is just fucking excruciating. And then on those ships and what have you, I was in the Army, so we out there. I was DFAC. After that, I served. I went in Korea, and so what I also saying, man, is like those people over in combat, they need our help, man, for real. We got to stick together, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't, man, we doing them a disservice ourselves, because we know what it's like to be over there. Yep. So over here, we got to stand up, and Pete Hegseth, this fucking clown, is about to drive me up the fucking wall. I don't even know how he was able to get, like he just knows what the fuck he's doing, and everybody just going along with this shit, and they never served shit. Playing. It's fake. They just playing in our face, man, and that's the part that really drives me up the wall. Just playing in our face, you know what it's like. We was over there in Fallujah. We was getting ready to come the fuck home. We was out there on the tarmac, and they said, "Nah, get ready to go to Fallujah. 3rd ID 464." Y'all remember that? Y'all know what it is.
When they send everybody, And then they start motherfuckers getting ready to retire, and they say you're not retiring. We're gonna send you to training instead, and you going to Iraq. They lost the fuck out of people. Yeah, a fucking 6-month rotation turned into a fucking 15 months.
Yes. Nothing but a washed up staff officer anyhow. That motherfucker got in trouble. That's why he was drummed out of the army.
Of course.
That motherfucker, people who served with him knows he was a piece of shit. Shitbag.
He is. And that's why I said I went in on him even in uniform. Like, who the fuck is putting this guy in charge of the fucking Secretary of Defense?
It's all right.
If you're an officer, Rick knows if you're an officer and you're on an officer track, you don't make light colonel, you ain't shit.
We're gonna overcome this bullshit. I promise.
I'm gonna tell you what you don't want, chat. You don't want a whole bunch of fucking 100%ers, PTSDers out on the goddamn streets.
No, I know that's right.
I want that.
I know that's right.
Yeah, they full of shit, man. And the thing is, you keep on following dumbass people. Listen, weak motherfuckers don't get better when you go to war. If you's a sorry sack of shit in the rear, you're going to be a sorry sack of shit when the bullets start flying. Right? It's not like this shit is going to change something. He was never qualified to be Secretary of Defense. That's why he's so fucking terrible at it. Basic shit. We're not talking about something that happened that the ship was under attack. Yeah, they can't do basic fucking logistics. This is basic logistics.
Make no goddamn sense.
People can't expect Trump to give a fuck about these sailors if he left like half his fucking cabinet on that plane that was fucking targeted.
That's true. Hey, Operation I Ran Away, right? Operation I Ran Away in the fucking catering truck, right? And left his fucking people. I heard his fucking press secretary quit behind that shit.
She did.
Yeah. How the fuck you turn your people into fucking damn decoys and shit? How the fuck you use Air Force One as a decoy?
Miller progressive commercial. Fucking.
Yeah, Operation Orange Chicken. I seen that one too. Operation Orange Chicken.
Rubio.
Yeah, that's exactly what the bullshit was.
It should have been Operation Bozo.
It's like the progressive insurance commercial, people turning into their parents.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but they can't help but talk. They can't help but say stupid things over and over again. And there's a guy helping them there on the side. And that's our administration now. It's dementia people turning into their parents who don't know how to shut up, don't know how to talk, don't know how to deal with anything, but swear they were born on third base and swear they hit a triple and they're going to get a home run any second now. And we got to get rid of these people, and we will. We will.
I'm going to tell you what burns me. Rick, the other night I shared a live to you because it's this TikTok wanna be so much somebody. He go by the name of Go Army, and I intimidate the hell out of him. He is on there just giving all types of fucking disinformation. And I told him, I said, let me tell you something. I'll be the first one to tell you, you a fucking traitor and an oath breaker. You trying to act like you on this goddamn panel like you so fucking patriotic, and you can't come out your mouth and say that this man that you voted for did something wrong. We had no business over there in that war anyway. Period.
Yeah. There's no reason to be there.
Traitor.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. See, the lies is what does it. See, that's why we got to clean that shit up, because the more lies and the false propaganda that they put out there is making it look as if, though, they not doing nothing fucking wrong. You see, if people going along with this stupid shit, that we like you said, we need to stop this shit. So, goddamn, we got to hold the line. Everybody that's on here probably non-commissioned officer or some type of leadership style, fuck this, because this ain't how this go. I didn't go to fucking Baghdad and damn near almost die. I'm like the rest of y'all on here for fucking nothing. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Hey, Black Star, in fairness to you, you're a bit intimidating to start with, so I'm sure you had a homeboy just fucking pissing himself.
Well, he's not ready for no real Marine, man. That's the thing.
Because listen, I'm the first to tell you, don't let that hair down to my ass and that makeup beat to the goddamn gods and them 4-inch heels fool you, bitch. Because I will come out the motherfucking bag on you real quick. And let me tell you, if it's anybody's child over there, I would not sleep until some motherfucking body was telling me when they
raise fucking hell. The family should be raised in motherfucking hell.
Wouldn't be mine.
She's a Marine.
Damn right. Wouldn't be my child over there.
Nay, this couldn't be mine. That's why I didn't let mine go. Fuck that, because my ass would have been on that shit.
Grandfathers, all y'all motherfuckers need to be over there. Asking them when the fuck did they bring your children home? Your wives, your husband.
Every inch. Every inch.
Let's go.
My nephew gets back from EOD school at the end of this month. When he comes home, me and him gonna sit down. We're gonna talk, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that. He's a good boy, and I don't want that boy's life wasted in some racist piece of shit regime, fascist motherfucking regime. I've seen where this has gone before. I have a legacy of service, and I do not play with this lying bullshit. And you know what? If you know what they're not telling us, right? And we got it trickling out what they done been secret about. And how much more ain't they told us that they already done did?
Exactly. Exactly. It's gonna be far fucking worse. What we seeing is a tip of the iceberg. It's gonna be far fucking worse if people are choosing to jump in the fucking ocean.
Right.
That's right.
Y'all, it's already free.
It's facts.
Yeah. And listen, matter of fact, hey guys, I'm gonna play a clip from a black submariner. And he just to get you the mindset of what these people are going through doing this type of shit. I want y'all to listen, and then we're gonna get on the other side of this.
This is awesome.
I'm attempted to put you on game because it's very real and obscenely underreported. As a former member of the Bubblehead Church, my saltwater fish demanded opposition to all targets on top of the water. However, and I do not say this lightly, we all know that spending over 200 days in theater ain't nothing to play with. See, the worst part about being on a submarine isn't the cramped space or the non-existent sun. It isn't that sleep is a dream in itself or that contact with the outside civilian world comes in waves of monitored emails. It's not that the food is a finite resource. It's not that your entertainment is DVD, Blu-ray, and downloaded movies, music, and books. It's not the no phone. It's not the no internet. It's not the one treadmill, one bike, one set of weights, and one washer dryer set for 150 or so guys. And it's not the fact that if you miss a laundry day, you're screwed. It's not that there's no ship store to go to with hopes of replenishing toiletries, or that sometimes you have to find hidden pukas for your snacks because you're pretty much limited by rack space. It's not that you got to make your own water. It's not that you got to make your own electricity, which requires somebody to be awake. And barring competency and just plain fuckery, that means everybody is sometimes always awake. It is simply time. Time spent dealing with all of the above. And please don't misunderstand me. I'm not here trying to compare which circle of hell is better or worse, because the fact still remains, as I said, after 200 days straight at sea, even with the port call, any vessel and her crew will be dealing with significantly worse conditions. Your sense of time becomes skewed. The walls start to close in. You might develop habitual tics and routines as your mind attempts to create some modicum of sense and structure. And that's just the beginning. Hunger, anxiety, exhaustion. Your body begins to eat itself as your brain struggles to push you into the next watch rotation again and again and again, over and over and over. You do the same thing. You smell the same thing. You see the same thing. If you're lucky, you eat the same thing. Same people, same announcement, same view, or no view at all. And when the standards of work begin to inevitably slip along with military bearing and general give a fuck, cabin fever doesn't even begin to explain that. At some point, your mind is starting to look for ways out of that situation, and you can't figure out why. It's because you're suffering from an acute psychosis for which the only viable escape is a permanent one, and to which the ramification is hysteria. One after the other, the crew catches it like a disease, and they start falling like dominoes. Too many people are reading these headlines and anecdotal accounts that happen to make it off the ship without truly grasping the full scope of what I'm sure is already happening in the minds of the humans occupying that ship. But there's only so much you can learn without being there yourself, and I wonder if that $87 billion that Pete said was urgently required for operational cost, munitions, and force readiness, if that includes relief or a stores load for these people. I severely doubt it, since it's what they signed up for, even though what they signed up for doesn't cover it all. Because again, I do not say this lightly, and I will say it until I'm blue in the face. Spending over 200 days in that condition while postured in theater, enduring a stores depletion rivaled only by the consistent and rapid decline of the mental state of the crew, ain't nothing to fucking play with. Get them relieved or get them replenished. Y'all know what you're doing to these people's kids. If anybody got any information that we can use to send these people stuff, let us know in the comments. If I ain't say it, I ain't mean it. Keep playing with these people's kids, man, as if they don't fucking know. Let it be their kids. Let it be their fucking kids. I bet you they found the
Exactly. They don't give a fuck because it's not their children, right? No one should be having to go through this type of shit. And then once again, this is all self-fucking inflicted. It's not like that carrier is under fire and can't move. The fuck are we talking about here, man? But this is the problem. They don't give a fuck, guys. And you're followed by sheer fucking incompetence. That's why these people. That's why so many soldiers got killed. When Iran inevitably reacted to us bombing a fucking school and started fighting back because they can't do basic shit. They can't react to fucking counter battery fire. Simple shit. But Pete Hegseth does not know what the fuck he's doing. And everyone that voted for that motherfucker is complicit. Everyone that put his ass there, everyone that's not pulling his ass down now and calling for his ass to be impeached and removed are complicit in the death of fucking soldiers, sailors, Air Force, fucking airmen and Marines out there on some utter bullshit.
Damn right.
There is no fucking reason for people to be out here losing their life. Not over this dumb shit. We were not attacked by Iran. Iran was no fucking military threat to us.
This is why I didn't join the Navy, man.
No, man, that Navy shit is rough, man.
Fucking shit.
Listen, I was on a ship on the USS Trenton, man, for just 5 hours, and I was fucked up. I was sick as a dog. I was like, wait, we left? Couldn't even see Cuba no more. I'm like, where's Cuba at, man? All that rocking and shit, man, I was like, there's no fucking way, bro. In them tight-ass spaces. Them tight-ass spaces. In this wall, you got like 5 cots in that motherfucker. You locked in like fucking fleas on a damn tick, man. Tick on a damn, on a dog, man. It's just crazy.
So if he doing this to the Navy, just think about if he put boots on the ground over there.
It'll be a slaughter, man. It'll be a slaughter, man. Listen, we get fucked up in Iran. It'll be, you have a hell of a body count over there.
I'm telling you.
And you have, because they have no strategic plan, guys. That's the problem. They have no strategic plan. Just like he been running his entire presidency, fly by night, man. If you watch if you see that book, Regime Change, this is how he been doing everything, fucking from the hip. He don't plan a motherfucking thing. Everything is spur of the fucking moment. Whatever stimuli he gets, he goes for that shit.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
a coward. He won't admit that he made a fucking mistake.
Yeah.
He won't admit.
When is he ever?
Bring our sailors and our Marines home. Period.
He's never in his life admitted he made a mistake.
No.
Shit, I grew up with that motherfucker when I lived in Jersey. Right? Motherfucker, I mean, this is extreme, but not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that lived hearing about him on the news every fucking day in the 80s. Right? This motherfucker is always a coward.
Yep.
He don't give a fuck. And they didn't accomplish what they said it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be regime change. There's no regime change. I mean, it's the same it's the same group that's still in there. Right?
That's it. The grifting is still in our future. Still in billions of our taxpayer dollars, man. And what the fuck are you getting it for? All this parade and all this other dumb shit they was doing out there, using the fucking soldiers as props and shit. And now they don't give a fuck about these sailors and Marines out there that's under fucking threat over some bullshit.
And that's the shit that makes me mad, because it ain't nothing talking about regime change. Shit, it's money exchanging hands. That's the only thing that's changing. But that's all. And them soldiers and them sailors and everybody out there is suffering for this bullshit. For real. It's all about they just grifting. That's all it is.
That's it.
It's total bullshit. That's it.
And people need to understand, man. You already close and confirmed. Then you have surpassed your time.
Yeah.
And then you add hunger and sleep deprivation on top of all of this shit.
Fucking malnutrition. It's fucking ridiculous.
You don't even have personal hygiene. They said these people washing their clothes with to be able to wipe their motherfucking ass.
Yeah, it's a goddamn shame. No soap, no fucking toothpaste, nothing.
And you think about this, y'all know they ain't getting no mail.
No. We already knew that. We knew that months ago because people sent like $2,000 worth of care packages and none of that shit got there.
See,
Don't forget, if you die, your asset isn't even going to be classified as having been in a damn war.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why they're trying to fucking manipulate the numbers with their coward ass.
Or you were in a standout, or you were during a negotiation.
They call it a conflict.
There you go.
That's it.
They're so full of shit, man. They're so full of shit. No honor. There's no honor in these motherfuckers, man. None.
That's why they ain't got to pay no benefits.
This somehow today I wound up on the wrong side of fucking TikTok. I don't know how the fuck it happened. I started getting shit from fucking Trumpers and shit, MAGA. And the shit they say, dude, they think it's all bullshit. They think the fact that he's a pedophile is bullshit, that we can't prove it, that all this shit that everybody's, they're saying about the ship and everything is all bullshit, that we can't prove it. I ain't gotta prove shit to nobody.
Listen, I don't waste my time with cult members, right?
I don't know how. I just don't know how the fuck I wound up over there. I was like, I'm sitting here flipping through shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? This is the wrong fucking message. I was like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I know the algorithm is all fucked up, but it's bullshit. I mean, you know as well as I do, Ray. There's no fucking talking to these motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck.
No.
Fuck them.
That's why I don't talk to them. I roast the fuck out of them. I don't give a fuck what a Trumper say, man. And they're walking around with a tattoo in their upper thigh.
Bringing a grown man down to his knees. I love it. It makes me all warm and fuzzy on the inside. And then for other men to say the same thing, yes.
I say something.
Cowards.
Yep.
They are cowards.
That's all they are, man.
Yeah.
Cowards.
They're all beta males.
No honor in them, man. No fucking honor in them.
And
not a bit of bravery or courage. And bravery, and as you all know, bravery and courage are two different things.
Exactly. But man, people gotta remember,
congressional inquiries are serious to these military people. And if you can get a congressional inquiry going on these people, they will fucking stand up and hop and bounce and dance around in response to it. I promise you.
Yeah, it's really a damn shame. And yeah, people got it. They are, though. A lot of them are right now. Look at they gave their power to fucking Trump. They make the executive branch the most powerful branch. Then they conspire with the fucking, paid off people on the Supreme Court by Harlan Crow.
That's right.
So
they sold.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know what would be grieving me right about now and thinking, because my family's still wearing a uniform. Okay, what would be grieving me right now is you got a goddamn chain that doesn't work. Your chain don't work. Your chain don't work because it's filled with these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You got generals that aren't standing up to illegal orders. You got admirals that aren't standing up to illegal orders.
That part.
And so you got all these people in harm's way who don't have a chain they can rely on. Imagine the morale crisis you would be dealing with right now.
Exactly. Listen, motherfuckers blew up fishermen. Right? They blew up fucking fishermen. They sunk a fucking a ceremonial boat with fucking submarines. Blew up a fucking boat, and the sailors had to know something was up because they warned the boat before they torpedoed them. They told them to abandon the ship.
It's almost as if a foreign country who wanted to destroy our constitution, our military, and our morale poisoned us.
And it's happening within.
Yes. Well, hey, when they say the enemy within, they're looking in the mirror.
It's almost as if we had blackmailed people at the top levels of government who were participating in the destruction of our own country. It's almost as if that.
Ridiculous.
One of them motherfuckers that knows this shit is illegal. When y'all bring y'all ass back here, you need to be prosecuted.
Yep.
I want to see your ass thrown in a brig.
Yep. I want to see Nuremberg-style trials in this bitch. For all the fucking bullshit that's been going on, man.
French style.
I'm pulling up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, let's remember too, right? The military is comprised of a large portion of people of color and the poor. All right. Primarily, this is a racist issue, and it's always going to come down to racism. We can't fix shit until we unfuck our country with this fucking racism, and it's in the military.
Well, yeah, that's how Trump got in. That's how Trump got in over fucking Kamala, because it's racist shit.
They've never given a shit about the government as a whole has never given a shit about people of color.
That's the problem. If people really research this fucking bozo clown, he has never gave a fuck about nobody but himself. He never gave a fuck about black people, white people, none of that shit. It's just all about rich. That's it. Stop, and they just stuck on all the poor people. And like you said, that shit is fascinated in the military too.
Yep.
They don't believe in anything. They don't believe in anything. They don't believe in anything but themselves and their own power and their own richness and their own supremacy. And they're going down. They don't realize it yet, but they're going down. But they are winning now to an extraordinary degree, and it's awful. It's awful.
Look, it's both sides. Don't just sit on the right. It's the left too. These motherfuckers in power don't give a fuck whether they're left or right. We know this. We've seen it. They vote with the corporate
Democrats. The corporate Democrats are the Washington Generals to the Republicans' Harlem Globetrotters, if you know what I mean.
The liberals are fucking blue MAGA.
No. The Harlem Globetrotters are an incredible basketball team. They travel around the world and they perform awesome basketball skills, but they travel with a team called the Washington Generals. That's their travel team. And that's the team that gets dunked on. And I'm telling you, the corporate Democrats are the Washington Generals. They show up to get dunked on. They show up to get tricked. They show up to get the basket of confetti in the face and ladder dunk and everything else. That's their job.
And then they don't agree with that. I gotta agree.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be super dark cynical, but I'm telling you.
Listen, but it's a hot ass joke right now. What's happening? And like I said, everyone should be up in arms because everyone always talking about this duty, honor, country, rah, support the troops shit. But you got people out here who are past their mental breaking point. We've been showing the slop for months that they've been playing out here. And so the fact that it's gotten this bad where people are jumping off and they're still, even now, they're trying to gaslight motherfuckers to their face and tell you it's not the truth.
Yes.
And see, that's the thing that I'm saying. See, that's gaslighting and these fucking lies, like I keep going back to, is the problem. So the only way that we can go against that shit is we got to expose these motherfuckers and show the truth. Because like you said, these MAGA motherfuckers is just stupid as fuck. There's no point in even trying to debate with these retarded motherfuckers. We just got to show the proof. That's it. For real. That's the only thing we can do.
You know, getting rid of DEI programs and getting rid of DEI generals, getting rid of diversity in the military is contraindicated for not only for morale, but for an effective military. Because when they get rid of these quality commanders and they get rid of black excellence and they get rid of from the generals on down to battalion commanders, because of getting rid of DEI and the way they're beating.
Hold on. They got you on some shit, man. Hold on, guys. They got you up.
Women in the military.
Sorry, man. They hit you up, man. Damn shit too. So yeah, hey guys, just so the algorithm started to snatch people up, man. I had to drop CE real quick because they're getting violated and shit. Listen, you know how it is when we speak the truth, man. People are passionate, but this is what's happening right now. Everybody need to understand that these people never should have been there, right? Everybody in Trump's organization. This is not just in the military. This is happening through the entire fucking government right now. They have cut so much shit. They fire so many competent people. Now the missions are in danger everywhere. And you see it playing out in the military because they cannot even do basic fucking logistics. This is basic logistics, man. And they're failing miserably at it. And you think they're gonna win some kind of war with Iran? They don't even have a strategy. They don't even know what winning is. They can't even tell you what are the conditions to win in Iran. There aren't any. They just did some shit because it felt good to him. He wanted to get news coverage. That's literally why we went to war. He was up fucking late, fucking night, 3 in the morning, and saw fucking Fox News coverage of Israel and decided to join the war. And that's why we're in this shit show.
They don't even realize what Trump ripped up. They don't even know what he ripped up.
They don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, it's a damn shame that, you know, that people's lives are on the line for this. Of course, they destroyed everything because Obama did it. Right? The shit we had shit where it was gonna be at. They destroyed that, and they could not come up with nothing better. Just like they tried to destroy the healthcare, right? The Affordable Health Care Act. You know, McCain blocked him on that shit. It's all been about trying to undo what Obama did, but he will never have the success Obama had because he's a worse president, not the best. So it's two different worlds. You never be compared to Obama. No matter how much racist shit he says, no matter how many racist tropes he put out there, he's not a fucking fourth of the president Obama was. Because the motherfucker is incompetent. And he had no fucking business ever being president. Hillary Clinton was far better than his ass, and I voted for her.
And his diaper stinks really bad.
He shits on himself. He farts and wakes himself up, man, in public. And people are still playing along with this shit. It's like a bad fucking movie. Right? I'm like, who the fuck? You still following this weak dude and thinking that's strength?
Yeah.
Got got Apaches flying over Kid Rock House. Yeah, got Apaches flying over Kid Rock House, man. Like that's displaying some military strength. Stupid shit.
Oh, it's so cool.
Stupid shit, man.
I had an Apache helicopter once on my radio in Iraq.
Hold on, Box. What you say?
I said Iran said that they're not even going to talk to him anymore. They're done talking to him.
There's no reason to. Because, listen, a man who lies, he has no integrity.
Would you?
None.
Would you?
No, I wouldn't.
What you going to talk to him for? He don't keep his word for anything anyways.
Exactly.
If I was Iran, I wouldn't talk to him either.
Avery, I got a job, man.
Okay.
It's like 5%.
Hey, no problem, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming through, man.
Check this out. I hate to say this.
Power to the people.
But sometimes I say the quiet things out loud. I'm going to calculate at least 60% of husbands and wives, mothers and fathers voted for this motherfucker. And y'all children and y'all husbands and wives is out there on their goddamn ship. And out there in a war that we don't even belong on. Y'all gonna have to reconcile with that shit. That y'all voted for this motherfucker. 60%.
Yep. Most of the military voted for his ass, which is fucking crazy as fuck.
Yeah, that's coming. That reckoning, that day is coming. When their children start coming home in boxes, they're gonna have to think about how they voted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's already happening because they're lying about the fucking numbers. They're lying about the numbers of casualties.
Yes.
They can't even tell you the truth about the people who lose their lives over there. That's how you know they full of shit.
They ain't all poor, Teddy Bear. Yeah.
And then when they do come back and they need the VA and they don't qualify for the VA because it wasn't a war, it wasn't service connected because they weren't in a damn war, instruments of war, then they're gonna find out then too. That's when they're gonna find out.
Yeah,
you were in a peacetime operation. It was during a ceasefire, whatever.
Lying sons of bitches.
Yeah, it's really a damn shame, man, that it's such a dark chapter. We knew it would be bad, but this is just you can't even blame us on enemy contact. Right? This is sheer fucking incompetence. You don't know how to resupply a ship. You don't know how you can't say, hey, stay into the next port. Your place will be there. And who cares if an aircraft carrier is not there? What is that going to change? Not a goddamn thing. Because we're not in a carrier battle with anybody. But once again, they don't understand basic fucking warfare.
Texas doesn't even know what Top knew. He doesn't even know what a first sarge knows.
No. He doesn't have the experience. Shit. The motherfucker ain't even got no decades of experience. The fuck? And y'all put this clown up in here who got more experience raping women than these leading soldiers. And you wonder why he's so terrible at it. It's really a damn shame.
I really wanted to make a point. It's not like they don't know where the Lincoln is. It's been sitting there for 200 days now.
They know exactly where
it is.
Yeah.
Spineless sons of bitches can't figure out how to get anything out of it. That's the shit that pisses me off, man.
45 days to 3 months, and then at the 6-month mark, you're supposed to do a major resupply on that ship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And this whole Iran war is exposing the weaknesses in the military, just like the war in Ukraine exposed Russia military. When you fire generals, when you purge the ranks, when you put motherfuckers who unqualified in charge, and they go put a bunch of Kool-Aid drinkers around them, you degrade the military. When you come up with dumbass ideas to try to be racist as fuck and tell people, well, hey, you can't have shaming profiles, and we go kick out transgender people, and we go treat all the women like shit, and people start leaving, and then you got nothing but ass kissers and incompetent people around, this is the shit you get, who keep following dumbass orders.
You're right. They exposing this administration is exposing everything. And what needs to happen? All of this shit need to be burnt down to the studs. That fucking piece of shit constitution that I wouldn't wipe my ass with need to be burned.
Yeah.
We need to everything
because they're not following shit.
All the way down
yeah,
to
they're not following shit.
Then build this shit up right.
Yeah, they're not following the damn thing.
Us.
Yeah.
First. Otherwise, it's nothing. All of it's gonna burn down to the ground.
And that's what Rick was, I like Rick's words, purge. Because it's remember when Stalin purged all the top brass and Russia didn't know how to fight a war against Germany?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's what a purge does. A purge will wipe out your capability. It'll wipe out your excellence. You know what I mean? And this purge with attacking diversity on that's one way of wiping out your excellence. But another way of wiping out your excellence is getting rid of all the advantages that you have over your enemy by revealing all your shit. Yep. This dumbass administration has revealed all our shit. They've compromised intelligence.
Yep.
They ain't got no intelligence. That's not even a joke. That's not even a
no.
pun.
CIA's been a joke for a minute. Now it's been over. Yep.
They won't even use it. Now, you want to pave a road for your enemy so they can just drive right up and know all your weak points? Shit, that's like giving the enemy your choke point away.
Yeah, it's a hot ass mess, man. Matter of fact, I'll let you hear a clip because this is exactly where we're at with the situation.
Why have a constitution? For real. What's the point of having a constitution if it was this easy for a criminal idiot to destroy it? It might as well have been written on wet toilet paper and invisible ink, because he wiping his ass with it. And this trash ass Supreme Court is helping him do it. They helped him when they let him run, even though he violated the Insurrection Act. They didn't care that he caused the damage. They didn't care about the assault. They didn't care about the loss of life. They didn't care about none of that. They said you still can run. What about the crimes he committed? That's okay. He got full immunity against those. What if he commits more crimes if he gets in? That's okay. He got fuller immunity. And you didn't think we was going to end up here? What does it mean when we tell a kid to go to school, put their hand on their heart, and pledge allegiance to that flag? For what? What are they pledging allegiance to? What does that flag symbolize now if it was this easy to destroy centuries of standards and rules and laws? For a criminal, what does it mean when someone says, I want to go protect my country against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and they see that this Supreme Court is helping a crook tear this down that quick? Why should they go take an oath to protect this country if y'all won't? Y'all don't take y'all oath seriously. And if any of y'all are sitting there thinking, he's tearing down the Constitution for us, we're winning, that's the cultist shit I've ever heard. If you think giving unlimited power to a sociopath is going to help you, you sound goofy. You said, well, he wouldn't do that because he loves us. Aside from the red hat, you ain't got shit. Egg prices high, gas prices high, cost of living higher, rent higher. Taking away your health care, taking away your Social Security. Now that's happening. Federal workers that he had fired, he's using the same Supreme Court to make sure y'all stay fired. So how is this a part of your team? It's crazy that he got a ton of energy and ton of power to get rid of the Constitution, but he can't do a goddamn thing about your cost of living. And you still think he on your side? History will show that this quote-unquote great country was taken down not by the people that y'all spent decades and centuries demonizing and vilifying, not by people that look like me, not by them brown people that you rounding up at churches, schools, and workplaces. It was taken down by people that look like him, people with smiles, fake tans, and fake suits, and all of that shit. It was taken down by people that should have been better, that should have had integrity, morals, standard, that should actually care, that should be real patriots, not paper patriots. It wasn't taken down by people in drag, people that were gay, people that were trans. It was taken down by the people who took a literal oath to protect it.
That's it. Right? And that's why we're in this shit show, man. People got to get a backbone. You go out and start fighting back against this shit. We have to get out here and start raising hell, man. Because what's happening right now is just, it's really a damn shame that it's at this point that people are jumping to the water, and it's a fucking shame that this is where we at. And nobody turn up the heat. Right? They have all kind of dumbass, these motherfuckers rather talk about COVID and talk shit about Dr. Fauci. But you can't sit here and protect the fucking aircraft carrier from incompetent fucking leadership. You waste time on all that kabuki theater with a bunch of fucking spreadnecks and anti-vaxxers. But you can't talk about real patriots losing their lives over bullshit. Living in deplorable living conditions for no fucking reason on that shit. Other than sheer fucking incompetence. That's why we're here, guys. And it's really a damn shame that it's come to this point. Hey, Michael, your connection is real bad right now, man. I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, it's kind of broke up. Maybe, I don't know if you're driving or something, but yeah, we're getting like maybe bits and pieces. Yeah, it's hot. Hey, just jump back in, man. Let me know, man. But yeah, it's a hot mess right now, man. I'm gonna give you a follow real quick. But yeah, I got you. All right. Look, guys, it's a damn shame, man, that we're here. The stories are absolutely horrifying that's coming off that ship. And I'm telling you, it's a tip of the iceberg. It's gonna be so much more worse when people do get back, and because of course the Canadians gonna try to cover that shit up, and we can't let them cover it up. No matter how bad it is, they need to get that story out. What's happening on that ship, because it's probably far worse. If the families are rebelling and everyone's out here doing this, it's far worse. And we've been talking about this shit for months. We knew fucking months ago that the food was terrible. They couldn't even, because like I said, how the hell you can't resupply a damn aircraft carrier. So that's why we're here, guys. It's really a shit show. Look, I'm looking forward to talking to more vets. Plan some action, guys. I think something's going to be jumping down the pike. I'm going to be reaching out to other vets. Other veterans are reaching out to me. I think we need to really turn up the fucking heat on this and get that shit back, because it really is an SOS for this damn aircraft carrier right now, man. They're under horrible circumstances, and we have to turn up. The people who are back here, especially those of us who wore the uniform, we have to turn up the heat. And it's really a damn shame that it's come to this. Listen, guys, it is 10 o'clock at night, man. I'm going to get ready to jump out of here. We will be here. I'm here 5 days a week, guys, Monday through Friday. We'll be talking about this and having more panels. It's really a damn shame that, this is where we're at with it. But, hey, I especially give a shout out to all the veterans that came up tonight. I would like to do more talks with you guys on a regular basis, because we really need to talk to the rest of the people here in this country and let them know what's going on. As veterans, we're in a unique position to speak out when the active duty military can't. We have to be their voice right now, because the shit they're going through is straight hell. And there's no sense of them even have to go through this type of shit. So,
man, thanks for having me up. I appreciate it, Rick.
Likewise. Thanks for being on, guys. Yep. Hey, stay strong out there, man. Power to the people. And remember, whether it takes 10 months or 10 years, we must be absolutely relentless in our fight against the white delusion of white supremacy.
1713. On the ship Henrietta Marie, chained Africans crossed the Atlantic with no room to stand. Many died before land appeared. Their bodies were thrown into the ocean behind the ship. The ocean saw.
Listen to this closely.
This happened to your bloodline.
This was planned for profit.
Your ancestors still survived it.
The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. From the 1500s to the 1800s, European ships crossed West Africa, Portugal, Britain, Spain, France, and the Netherlands built this trade. They bought and kidnapped African people for labor in the Americas. Historians estimate that 10 to 12 million Africans survived the crossing. Millions more died before reaching shore. People were taken from Angola, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, and Congo. Many were marched hundreds of miles to slave ports and chains. At ports like Elmina, Castle, and Bonny, families were separated forever. The crossing became known as the Middle Passage. Ships packed human beings below deck like cargo. Some ships held more than 400 people at once. The British ship Brooks became famous for how tightly people were packed. Men, women, and children were chained together for weeks or months. Many could not sit upright. Disease spread fast in the heat below deck. Dysentery, fever, dehydration, and starvation killed thousands. Women were sexually abused by crew members during the voyage. Some captive jumped into the ocean rather than live in slavery in 1781. The crew of the slave ship zoned threw more than 130 Africans into the sea for insurance money. The owners went to court demanding payment for the murdered people. Olaudah Equiana wrote about the smell, the chains, and the screaming in his 1789 book. Your ancestors lived through organized torture, created for money.
Do not look away from this history.
They counted black bodies as cargo.
But your ancestors kept fighting. The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. The Middle Passage helped build the economies of Europe and America. Sugar plantations in the Caribbean depended on enslaved labor. Cotton plantations in the American South depended on enslaved labor. Banks, shipping companies, and insurance firms made fortunes from slavery. Cities like Liverpool and Bristol grew rich from slave voyages in the United States. Slavery expanded after the invention of the cotton gin in 1793. By 1860, nearly 4 million enslaved black people lived in America. Congress banned the importation of enslaved Africans in 1808. But slavery continued inside the country. Children were still sold away from parents at auctions. Black families were still whipped, branded, and controlled by force.
All right, we out of here.